it has an online resource full of what template design file that you can use for. Some of them are paid and some of them are free, right? Some of them are paid and some of them are what? Free. From the free resources, you can select any of them to what? Change the font, and then you can change the font, basically make adjustments to what has already been designed, and then put it out there very quickly. And the reason why people use Canva is because of time. People want to quickly come up with something very quickly and then put it out there. So they tend to use a template. And this is you should be familiar with this. If you are familiar, if you are in the world of technology, you know that everything improves over the years. Before you can call yourself a web developer, you need to have full understanding of how to program, writing code from start to finish. But now you don't have to do that, and I can call myself a web developer because I'm using what? Maybe WordPress, or I'm using other platforms that I can use. There's this popular platform that also does web design. That gives you templates too. All you have to do is just drag and drop, and you have a live website. Just pay money, and then they'll host it for you, and then you have a live website for your customer. Just from what? Drag and drop. Again, every technology improves over the year. Now we have for design, for graphics design. If you are not the kind of, let me get my hands dirty, let's go to the background, put this thing together from the very beginning. We have an online resource that can help you to do that, which is what? Telegram. Which is what? Canva rather. On Canva, whenever you open a Canva, you can see currently I'm on what? Canva.com. I have my profile signed in. That is why you have that is why it's currently showing this section. If you are not here, all you have to do is what? Select sign in. Create a profile if you don't have one already. After creating your profile and signing in, you will get here. On your own design, you might have nothing on your recent documents. But for our own design here, even for our last class, I had to go to online resource very quickly. For our last class, because I had to upload the video very quickly, I went to Canva, pick up the template, and then use that for our what? Because I had to break those videos down to chunks, right? It was like 1 hour long, 1 hour 24 minutes or so long video. And I knew that if I have to upload the video like that, you guys might find it difficult to use the video. So I decided to break it down into chunks, right? 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 14 minutes kind of videos. So we have them in different sections. And this was just quickly put together. This template, these are YouTube thumbnails designed using what? Canva, inside Canva, right? It's talking about Canva and also what's using Canva. Just put it together very quickly. Now, let me go back to home so that we are back together on the same. This is where I was before. I said, when you open your Canva for the first time, this is where you get to, right? This is where you get to. It shows you where you can search for content on Canva. You can search for different files, right? And then apart from that, you can select a template size that you are trying to work with. What are you trying to do? Is it an Instagram post? You can select the template here. YouTube thumbnail, you can select the template here. Please, I need the WhatsApp link too. Abdurrahuf, join the section. Later you get the WhatsApp link. We have the YouTube thumbnail, we have the whiteboard, we have the presentation, we have the social media, we have different size. Now, some people are already into design, or some people are like, oh, the links, what I'm looking for is not here. Maybe I'm trying to design something for you, let's say business card. I'm trying to design a business card today now. How do I get to do that with this? We don't have business card on this list. I can click on more and then search for what? Business card. Business card design. If that's what I'm looking for, just for business card, landscape, definitely. Now when I click on landscape, let's see the options that are available for landscape design of a business card. And you can see that the size is automatically created. If I'm looking for a template, I can select any template from this and be like, oh, which one looks correct to my customer's design, and I can go ahead to let's pick this guy here. And then I'll go to apply both. When I apply both, everything comes to screen. Now I can this is the front of my design. This is the back of my design. Immediately I put in the information for the name of the business, when you put the name, you want to show the role of the person in the office, and the contact address of this person in the office. Apart from that, you want to show maybe if there are 2 contact addresses, and then the email address, the website of the company, and then the address location for the company. If you want to show the picture of the person there, please be my guest, and then logo of the brand as well. These are templates. You can see how quickly, if I adjust this information, we have a business card already for anybody that wants to use it. Do you get it? That's the fun thing about design. Before now, like I said, I told the first people that joined the class. Whenever I hear people that are using Canva, I just get annoyed. When I'm calling myself a graphics designer, and this person that is using Canva is also calling themselves a graphics designer, I just feel like, what are you talking about? Please don't call yourself that. So, because I felt like you guys are having it easy, but again, I can't blame anybody, right? I can't blame, in fact, the fact that I was able to use it to quickly come up with this YouTube thumbnail, I'm so happy. I'm very, very satisfied. I don't have to think about it a lot. Just put some things together and move on. So again, if you're able to just capture how to use Canva for our training, I think you've gotten value, especially coming from the level 0. But if you can also pick up the likes of Adobe Illustrator, which is the core design software for a graphics designer, and then, in fact, not just the core, we have Adobe Illustrator, we have Adobe InDesign, other products like that we use as for graphics design. Now, let me give you a tour of the interface. Like I said, we have the template section. You can select the template section. Any template you are familiar that you want to create, select the template here. If you don't have the template here, you can also search. Select the custom size. You can upload. You can look for more. But decide that what I'm looking for is, let's call it, what other thing do we design for? Let's design a flyer, for example. We are looking for a flyer design. We are going to searching on what Canva's pool to see different flyers that are out there. And then we'll see the flyer. Let's say we are designing for a company. The company is going to be having a webinar recently. We are trying to have a webinar on how to, webinar for NYSC students, let's say. Again, you have a lot of templates here. There are a lot of templates here that you can adjust. For example, I know that I have a speaker who is going to be speaking at that event. I can just select this guy and use it, right? If I know we're having multiple speakers, I can select any template on this list and just quickly come up with a draft. For example, let's say I want to work on this guy. I don't think I should, but let me click on this guy, for example. I can look at the template and I say, okay, this is similar to what I'm looking for. Or maybe this lady is the one that's looking. Whatever template you decide to use, you'll see the icon was customized. Customize means you are about to make it yours, right? In customizing, when I click on customize, it's going to open up the design in my own profile. Can you see? What I can do here is I have access to the text. I can change the write-up if I want to. Now, mine is not a digital marketing agency. I'm calling it a web design. And I'll put it series. That is the title of the webinar. If I decide that, this text is supposed to be in a block form, I'm talking about uppercase, I'm going to select what? I'll go to, this is alignment that I'm currently adjusting. I'll select the text and I'll go to, what's this guy called? I can go ahead to type it again. I'm going to type it again and use my shift key to make it. I think I'll be able to use uppercase. Can you see uppercase here? Aha. I can automatically select uppercase or make it to a lowercase or a combination of the two, right? And then I have uppercase. This is what I'm looking for. Instead of typing it all over again, we have this section here to convert to uppercase. For every object you select, there is a menu box that shows up. If I select this image, for example, look at the menu box that shows up to edit it. And you see I can edit the image. I can change the image if I want to, right? I can click on. If I want to change the image, I'll just click on edit. And when I click on edit, the image section shows up here. What am I trying to replace it with? This is the full image here. Right? If I'm trying to look for other images that I can use in place, maybe this is a filter, I'm trying to use other effect on it or something like that. If I have a design image already in my design, for example, what do I mean by that? I have on my file system, in my drive, I have a picture that I want to use in my design. And I think I have a couple of them that I can use. I have this design here. If I want to use this guy, for example, but this guy, you can see that it has a background, right? It has a background. So if I decide to use it with the background, it can be a problem. Let me go ahead to drag it into my Canva, for example. I'll pick this image up, or even go back to my Canva. There's somewhere we call upload here. Can you see upload? Upload houses everything that I've brought into my Canva design. These are images that I've used before in our previous classes. If I decide to use any of them, all I have to do is what, click and then bring it back into the design. Right, these are different images that I've brought in. If I want to bring a new image into my design, all I have to click is what? Click on upload files. It's going to open my system drive, and I can locate the image in my drive. If you are using your phone, it's going to open your what? File drive too. So you can make sure you have put your image on maybe your download or your gallery or your pictures, so that you can just select it easily. If I have this image, for example, I want to use, I'll click on what? OK. When I click on OK, you see that image loading up here. And then having successfully loaded the image in, you can just click on it once and the image is being placed. Now, is this image working for this image that we have in the background? No, because you can see the one in the background is a PNG file. What does PNG mean? PNG PNG files are files without background, right? They don't have a background, they have a transparent background. For example, this guy is not a PNG file. Why? Because it does have a background, a white background. Now, Photoshop can do that easily. And apart from that, like I said, my web development online, my graphics design that I'm using Canva, there are also online resources that I can use to remove backgrounds. And I'm going to share you one as well, which is also going to be coming out on our resource file that I'm going to share with you later. The link is remove BG. Some of you must have been familiar with it before now. There's a platform called Remove BG. Basically, remove background, right? This is the platform. It's free. You don't have to pay anything to use it. All you have to do is select your what? Upload your image. When you click on upload image, you go to your download, select that same image again and click on what? Open. When you do that, it shows the image on Remove BG and you see it clearing out the background. The problem with using this platform is that whatever high quality image you upload on here, you cannot download the high quality. If you have to download the high quality, you have to pay for that. But you can download the free access. You can see the size, varying sizes, which means your quality has been compromised. But they are still usable most of the time. They are still usable. So I'll go back to my download now. You can see on my download file, I have now the one that has been removed from background. I'll now go back to my Chrome. I'll go back to my Canva workspace. I'll go back to my Canva workspace, my design workspace here. And then I'll go ahead to select that same image that I had before. I'll click on move to trash. I don't want it again because I want the one with the without the background. And I don't want to be confusing myself. I'll go to the second one. You can see the one with the background here, and I'll go to the one without background up here. And I'll click on open. When I click on open, it loads in as usual, no stress. I'll click on that guy. You can see now that we have the image nice and clear. We remove the one without the background. I can now go ahead to select this big guy here. In fact, I can select Ctrl Z. I can pick up this guy as it was before, and then pick up my friend here, delete this guy. Meanwhile, I can pick up my friend one more time and then drag back into our design. I want to raise it up, increase the size a little bit more. Now, there's a trouble here. What trouble is that? In sense of what? Layering. Layering is the same. There are some objects that are supposed to be in front and there are some objects that are supposed to be in the background. Looking at this image now, it is covering this bar that I have the phone number here. As a designer, when you select your image, while you have placed it in the right place, you can select, right click. There is something called layer. Can you see bring forward and send to back? When you send to back, is this where you want it to be? No, it has even gone far beyond. Right? I can select it again, select my text again. And then I'll arrange on the layer. I'll just bring forward one step. Can you see that the line that we have up here, it is affecting it. It's still crossing. So I can just do it manually. Pick it up again, layer, bring forward. You can see that it has come one step again. Bring forward. When you click on bring forward, it takes it just one step forward. You understand? In terms of layers. When you click on bring to front, it comes to front directly without any other effect on it. So this is what I'm looking for. So I'll go ahead to select my image again and then place it properly. Let's say this is what I want. You can see what I have ongoing here. Now this is looking nice and sharp. Like I said, we are working with a template. Web design series, elevate, let's just put a word, get curious. Learn. Grow your design mindset. I don't know. Mindset. Whatever. So you have get curious, learn, grow your design mindset. Now they're talking about development. Let me put this graphics design series then, because those words are not for web development. So I'll call it graphics design series. Now you can look at my graphic design series. Now it is right on the edge. You don't want to design something that is right on the edge like this. There are two ways to correct that. It's either you reduce the size of whatever you have there such that you have a margin on this side. You don't want your design to be completely on the edge. Who are you designing for? It doesn't work that way. I can reduce the size of my design and basically go ahead to use something more bold than this. I can look for something else that is more bold. I can use maybe this guy, right? Maybe this guy. And you can see this is even bold, but again, I'm struggling with the edges, so I'll also reduce the size. Now, what we are talking about on cap, the contrast is there. You can see the image with the background. For example, this person I'm designing for, I'm not using this color theme. I want another color entirely. You can also change the color entirely yourself. Look at the yellow background. I can click on the yellow background itself and go and select the background color here. What do I want to do? I want to change it to something that looks like web development. Let's use maybe blue. Looks funny, but it doesn't matter. Now I'll use that, and then I'll go ahead to select the brown color that we have for the lines on the edge. Now notice that whenever you're trying to select something, currently I have my image selected. You might not know, but when I move it, you will know that I have my image selected. Meanwhile, I'm not trying to select the image. I was trying to select the bars that we have behind the image. Now, when you are selecting, you have options. So it might be confusing sometimes. So I'll select my guys here. Let me select the graphics designer. I'll select this guy, make it what? Color white. Right? I'll go to text color. Currently, when I select the text, you can see the name of the text here, the text size here. If I want to increase this, I can click on plus. If I want to reduce this, I can click on what? Negative. Apart from that, I have the what? Text color. I can select the text color now and make it something what? White, because of the background that we have ongoing. I'll select this, I'll get colors as well, make it what? White, because of the background that we have ongoing. You can see that we have a dark background. We need a color that's going to be what? Bright on that background. Again, everything goes to what? White from what I have here currently. Now I can leave this color as they are currently. Let me see what I can do with this background color. I'll select this color that we have. You can see this blur, Ctrl Z. You can see this yellow blur that I have currently ongoing here. I'll leave it at the center just as it was. I'll go ahead to change the color from yellow. I'll go ahead to change the color from yellow to what? White. Now, the white is not working correctly, or let's say we have not applied that in the right way. I'll go ahead and select the color again. I'll make it what? White. Now you can see that my white is giving me some problem here. Let me add it. Let me bring it to the side. I still have some yellow in the background, right? They are like 2. All right, cool. Now they are like 2. The same way, I'll go ahead to click white on that one too. Now what do I want to do here? I want to reduce the opacity. I want to reduce the transparency of this white. So I can go ahead to reduce it a little bit, because the other one was showing more like a bright gradient in the background. It's showing like a white gradient in the background. And then I'll go ahead to use, let's use color white. And that guy not be. I'll select the guy, go to color. I want to remove the color, make it white. It's already white. I'll go ahead to reduce the opacity again with something lighter in the background. All right, so now you can see that my text here are not readable as it was supposed to be. So I'll go ahead to adjust the information again, make it what? Select the color scheme for the text. Let's make it white again. So now they are readable. The same goes for the background. I'll select this guy. Now this brown color, I can change them later, but I'll go ahead and select everything. Let me select the brown color. Let's use something else. Maybe not white. Maybe something that is going to be different. Let's use red. What we have ongoing in the background. I can use that red and then use the get started to do what? White. instead. Again, this is what combining colors and then trying to see what works best. And then this bar definitely, because of the color scheme that we have ongoing, needs to be what? That same wine color, while the text on it can what? Remain white. Right? This again is what trying to what? Follow the color scheme that is already established in the design. Right? Let's say this is where we want having adjustment. Let's change the background. I can select this image here. Let me go ahead to what? Lock this image in the background. And then let me try to select the bars. Can I move the bars? I want to select the image. Let me put on my shift key one more time to select the third one. I have a lot of images, so I'm selecting more than one. Maybe I should change one at a time. I'll select the first one on the list. Okay, I selected the 4 now. So I can go ahead to change those 4 colors to something else that might be related to our design. Let's use, because we have wine going on, we can use this bar in the background or use the wine in the background. You know, because we have that wine going on, we can use something else. Let's use the wine itself in the background. And you can see that we have something somewhat usable, right? Let me use arrange here. Let me bring this forward. It should be on top of it. So you can see what we have come up with. A very simple design, changing the image. We can change the right up if we want to. We can change the number again if we want to. We can use +234 90 55 16 35. And you know how you split your numbers, right? So we can split it up, increase the spacing. 3 here. And then we have that. That's the number. If I have a website, then I can go ahead to also put in the website. Immediately I'm satisfied with what I have here. Now I can go ahead to duplicate. Can you see I can add other pages to it? With that same background, I can create other design. If I don't want the background, I can bring in a new background. For example, I can select this guy, use this as a new background in my design. For example, I have this background already preloaded into my design. People that join the first class will know that we have this background before. So I can select this. Maybe I want to design. Design the same thing again. I can use this time. Pick up a fresh design. You can see that this one is not from the template. I'm basically creating a concept myself, having seen how this was put together. So you can go to add your own image, use your own background, and then try to combine everything that I suppose. If this guy had a logo, we can use the logo again in the design to show that, okay, the name of the brand is so. Right? What are we trying to do? We can bring in the same details that we have up here. I can select them. Select the guys. Select. And then select everything that I have here. Go ahead to click on Ctrl+C. And then let me come back here and then Ctrl+V. You can see that I can bring everything on the same location back to this design. Now from here, I can change in the colors as usual. Put our color from the design. Again, now let me explain something about color to you. Canva makes it very easy. Depending on the page that you are currently on, look at something called photo colors. Photo colors is everything you have added onto your artboard. The theme is similar to this. So because I have added a logo, look at the logo up here. The green logo and the different colors that are currently applied on that logo. Canva has scanned through that design and brought out the color scheme here. So for this design, if I want to create a sense of like an harmony, and if this is brand icon I'm going to be using, I can select this design and just go ahead with what Canva has already preset for me. I'll go ahead to use some deep color green because this is related to the word. Look at the brand image up top, right? I can use that like that. Select this guy. It's not so readable at the moment. I can increase the size. I'll make it around 20 and then space it out a little bit. Select that same image. Go to what color scheme. Select maybe not that same deep color. I'll use the lighter one this time. The lighter one is not working. I'll use the deep color again on here. Can you see that? I'll go ahead to align it backward a little bit. And then under the service again, we go ahead to basically, you can see that the color scheme aligns with the design. Right? Our services, I'm losing this information already because of the color scheme, because of the color type. I'll go ahead to select that and then use the same deep green that I have before. Let's use the same deep green. And then I'll go ahead to what adjust the remaining text that are here for the list. I'll change our color again to the what green that we have ongoing. Now that green is not working because of the overlay of this image. So I can move the guy to the side, select this background color, go ahead to adjust the color, maybe to something bright this time because of that green. Now that we have this, we can adjust some things here. For example, this color background that I have is affecting my design in a way. I can adjust it to the side a little bit, or I can bring it to the left side, depending on what I'm looking for. Let me centralize it and then increase the size a little bit so that I can go up more. Then we have the background here. All right. So let's say this is what we are trying to create. We can reduce that a little bit. Okay. Now that I have this currently going on, we can make some other adjustments to it, basically working with the presets. This is working with presets. We are not creating anything fancy, anything new. They are already pre-made in the design. I can change this color back to white if that works for me. Let's check white color. I think it should work. No, it's not. Gray, definitely not. Maybe black because of the gray color on the guy's shirt. So you can use that. You can use different design. Basically, you can use different colors to the platform. Now, I told you earlier before we started our section that I struggle with design with using colors a lot. The platform that kind of helped me with a color scheme. Whenever I want to, when I started that time, it's a platform as well. Colors I've added these resources to the previous design that I showed you earlier. Colors. On this Colors platform is where you can basically generate a design theme. Canva has made the job easy. You can, if you would agree with me, you have the color scheme, you have everything, you have the default color that you can pick from. You have the default color here. In fact, if you are not satisfied with any color, you can go ahead to see the color spectrum, adjust the bar, select any color that you want, and then use that in your design if that is what you want, right? But if you like to use a preset online, this platform is what I will definitely advise you indulge yourself in. When I click on explore color palette. When I click on explore color palette, look at the list that I have here. Look at the list that I have here. You can scroll on and on and on and on. You will not get to the bottom of this because there are a lot of color schemes you can use, and they are well curated, right? They are well created together. You can see that they are chosen carefully. If you like to make yours, this platform also gives you access to make yours. You understand? You can select any color, you can pick up any, you can download it, you can open the palette, you can do a lot of things. So I open the palette up. Now these are the color scheme here. I can go ahead to see similar color scheme and then use. And the easiest way to use is very easy to use as well, because if you decide that you want to use any color on this, let's say we are trying to use the colors that are here, I'll go ahead to pick up the first color on the list. I'll just click on it once, and you'll see that the color scheme has been copied to your keyboard, and you can see the color scheme here, FFD60A. When I click on that and I click and you can see the check mark. Because I'm using my laptop, it's going to be showing checked. On your own design, on your own laptop, you have to select the color, and after clicking and holding it to show copied. And then when you select the color, all you have to do is come back to your Canva. If that's the color I'm trying to use for my text here, I'll go to plus. Under the plus, you can see the color scheme here, and then I'll go ahead to paste. Come to V, and then you have to paste. When you do that, can you see the color scheme adjusts automatically? Very, very easy to use platform. Go ahead, create any color of your choice, and then come to your Canva design, pick up the platform, change the color Xcode. There's something known as Xcode in design. Xcode houses is a combination of text and numerals, right? They're using alphabet and numbers put together, they form up the Xcode. There's Xcode for each of the colors. If you go online, for example, and I go to my, maybe I'm just getting started with design. What's the Xcode? Xcode for green. For green. Because there are different colors, for green, you see the Xcode here. Can you see that? The major color is this. I go ahead to select this one on these platforms on Google, I click on copy, and go back to my Canva, and I select the text that I want to apply on and go to what color code, text color, I can also change it to that same color. The same works for every platform. But instead of you going to Google and searching for the link and then trying to apply that, you don't really have to do that. There's a platform that houses everything here that makes it easy for you to make adjustments. For example, on your own design list, you might want to use everything that we have here. And sometimes you don't want to use everything that we have here. You can create yours again, like I said. You are trying to create your own color palette. You can start generator. When you start your own generator, then you can click on, maybe this is your color code. You can adjust. If you don't want this one, you can even delete. You can adjust whatever you want. You can make adjustments. If you like a particular color, and every color comes with a name as well. You can make adjustments, you can search, you can click on love, you can drag, you can change the palette, you can adjust anything in here, you can copy, you can do anything. You can even download the entire palette yourself. You can download the entire palette, right? You can download the entire palette if you want to, if that's what you want to do. You can also download the entire palette, right? This platform is good, helps you to create designs easily. Now, everything that you have done so far is from these templates. Even though I've messed that design up, you notice that I've messed that design up. But again, you can see that we have made something interesting. What you want to do as a designer is make something unique. Not that's something that's just the template that you find that you just use the template exactly as it is, you understand? You want to create something unique, you understand? And again, one step to do that is just pick up the template, adjust it to your own kind of vibe, your own kind of messaging. I can decide that, okay, this is something that I even have here. I want to use the bars and everything as they are, but I want to use this background on it. I'll send it to back, and then I can pick it up and scale it up. If that's what I want, you can use the same one, still using the bars that we have in the background. You can see that now there's a lot of adjustment that needs to go into this. Now arrange, layer, send to back. Now there's a lot of adjustment that needs to go into this. Now if I want to use my color blue, select whatever text color that you want to use. Something that would work for the design. Let me quickly change the color of everything to blue. But I think blue will work for this. Right? I can pick up the bars here. Right? Pick up the bars here. Now make them color blue as well. I'm trying to select. It's selecting something here. Just something here. I want to lock this guy up again. There's a way I'm trying to select just these guys. Okay, now it has selected. And it's selecting something in the background. It's not letting the color apply, basically. So I have the background there. I've used that. If that's what you want to do, please be my guest. And I can decide to pick this guy up. Take everything from here. Pick this guy up. Pick everything up from here. And then just put it in the background. I like the fact that it is overlaying with the image. But for readability, let me just take it up a little bit. And I have it entirely on the background, right? These are the different icons, and then everything has to adjust to the theme that I'm trying to create. These colors need to change. If you have to go and import another design of this, because these are also freebies. They are available on XD. You can change the colors. You can look for other effects to place on it. All these different graphs, markup tools. You can find them anywhere on design. You can change them, you can delete them if you don't want them. I can download this online as well. There are different platforms that gives just this kind of features, right? I have this love icon that I can get from FreePic, for example. FreePic is another online resource that helps you to do that. FreePic. On FreePic, if I'm looking for love vector, just click on likes, for example. Social likes. You see them here. Can you see them? They are available everywhere. You can pick them up anywhere online. So it's not like one size fits all. If I want the blue one, I can pick up the blue one here, or you can design it yourself using Adobe Illustrator if you want to. So again, we can pick up any color here. Can you see this blue one here? I can just download this guy. Let me click on download, for example. If I click on download, it will go to my download here. It's yet to come. Again, that way I can adjust my design on and on and on again. We can go on and on for today's class. And again, I just wanted to show you an insight into how Canva works.